Radio Free Libya broadcasting from liberated territory, and this day, like every other, the news is dominated by the plight of Misurata, besieged and seemingly far from being free.
Rebels stopped an attack on Misurata port today.
Libya's third largest city has been under attack from pro-Gaddafi forces for more than 10 weeks. Thousands are said to have been killed and wounded, but it's impossible to get accurate information. Their information lifeline is through the internet. Every day brings more stories of suffering and hardship. On Wednesday, heavy shelling in which 5 African refugees were said to have been killed. It only adds to the misery.
There's been shelling in Misurata for 4 days now. There is a food, medicine and water shortage.
Even though Gaddafi's forces have withdrawn, his tanks and artillery regularly bombard the city, causing widespread destruction and injuries. The port, their only channel to the outside world, has suffered heavy shelling and has come under threat from sea mines that have stopped many humanitarian organisations bringing in urgently needed supplies. NATO warships, which have been escorting evacuees, are trying to eliminate the threat.
NATO mine countermeasure vessels are establishing a clear corridor into the port. My clear aim is to ensure that humanitarian aid can move safely to port.
At Benghazi, an international Red Cross boat loaded with Misurata-bound aid lies idle. On board, essential food and medicine and equipment for restoring electricity and water supplies.
The key issue for us is to get access, and we need to, we need to have that ability to get into the town, and to have a degree of certainty about the security of our teams, as they're in the harbour.
There is growing frustration on the streets of free Libya, and growing anger too at the lack of international progress in removing the hated Gaddafi regime and ending the suffering.
Despite the high-level meetings, the promises, the guarantees, even the threat of NATO from the air, the reality on the ground is that with each passing day, Misurata's suffering increases, and so too does the number of dead and wounded. And people here are beginning to wonder just how many high-level meetings it will take before that changes.